Welcome back, everybody, to an episode of Mid-Tier Thoughts. So today we got a pretty cool project that I'm kind of excited about. So I've had this Springfield 1911 Range Officer. I'm going to have a picture of it up here unmolested for a long time. This guy here, but with the grip panels removed. So I like 1911s. I don't like them necessarily over striker-fired pistols, but the history aspect of these kind of, tickles my fancy. I like historical firearms, things like that. So I actually got this off of rewards points back when I worked at the gun shop. You sold enough Springfields, I got a free 1911. So this one is the target range. This is the range officer target, so it's got the target sights on here, right? And originally it did not have a rail, so I wanted to talk about a cool way to add a rail and an optic to your 1911, kind of bring it into the modern day. And I wanted to do it as boomer as possible. This thing kind of started out as a meme, so I'm calling this boomer maxing. So right here, this is the Recover Tactical CC3H. This is their grip and rail system. Basically, it's just two pieces. It's just two grip panels that have a screw up here on the front, and they have the screws that attach to the grips in the back. You can actually replace this gray part with a black one, and they have different colors and such like that. So this is from Recover Tactical, and it does give you the ability to have a rail on your 1911. And the only holster I have that's not like a specific gun holster, all my Safariland holsters are specific to the platform, I have a BLACKOUT Omnivore holster that seems to work pretty well whenever I include a light. And I thought to myself, I want to make this 1911 kind of a joke and fun at the same time to shoot. And I want to do this the most boomer way possible. And what more boomer way possible than to order an Israeli made 1911 plastic grip cover, or polymer grip cover rather, made from Israel. You could write your own jokes with that one. So this actually surprisingly holds up really well on the 1911. So with that, we're going to be adding a few things here. I can't do it on camera because YouTube will spank me for that. But things we're going to be adding so you can kind of see how this build's going to go. We're adding a nightstick pistol light. This is the TWM30. This is basically their version of a TLR1. So this thing's actually held up really well. I've actually been kind of impressed by these. They're not much cheaper than Streamline, but like 20, 30 bucks, something like that on average. So if you are looking for a little bit cheaper alternative, the nightstick is a great option. And this is from EGW. They make a rear sight replacement for 1911, specifically the LPA cuts for the target sights, that allows you to mount a red dot, of which we are using my Vortex Razor that previously was on my god-awful Unicorn 300. So we're going to be adding this guy to it, and I'll cut the camera and show you what it looks like all put together, and then we'll take it to the range and test it out. So I wanted to stop real quick. I've got the light mounted on here. It holds up very well. Very easy to reach on here. And just look at this thing. This thing gives like the Hondo SWAT vibes, in my opinion. Like this alone is pretty sick, but it's going to look way cooler once we get that optic on there, and then we're going to go test it out and shoot it. This thing is not too bad. I kind of dig it.
And here we are with the finished product with the Vortex Razor and the nightstick light.
Speaking of personal safety, when it comes to personal safety online, it's on us to protect ourselves. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura keeps you safe online by doing all the hard work for you. They identify data brokers who are selling your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Well, you could, in theory, opt out of these data brokers yourself. Every one of them has a different policy and way of operating, which is why Aura is so nice, since they step in and handle all of that for you behind the scenes. No headache, no problems. Give Aura a few weeks and you'll stop seeing your information on the sites when you search yourself, which will lead to way less spam. I know my Gmail folder is way smaller now that I've started using Aura. Aura will also continuously monitor the dark web and alert you if they find any personal information exposed. Anytime you sign up for a newsletter or website and that stuff gets leaked, they're there to step in and help you out. They're going to let you know fast if anyone tries to use that information to access your credit or bank accounts. Plus, they give you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. The Aura app also has a VPN with over 100 virtual locations. Does your VPN do that? You can go to the link in the description or type aura.com/midtierthoughts to try 14 days for free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed and let you know. Stop leaving yourself vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. Go to my sponsor, aura.com/midtierthoughts, get a 14-day free day trial, and see if any of your data has been exposed. Link in description. See below.
The Shoshone County Public Shooting Range. This place is beautiful. Archery range over there. Pistol range over there goes out to about 50 yards. That one I believe goes out to about 400 or so. Beautiful mountains behind us. Idaho mountain country. This place is gorgeous.
Okay, so we have the Vortex Razor on the mount that we talked about earlier, as well as our nightstick light on here. But the height of our bore over here is it's a lot. So getting used to that a little bit. We have kind of zeroed it in a little bit. We're going to shoot a little bit more to confirm and make sure we can get on target. Still a little to the right. That one, last one was me. Let's try that. Let's go down a little bit to the side. All right, we got it about dialed in. Shoot a few more rounds to confirm it. It was a bit tricky. I had this on our rifle before on a riser. So putting it on here, it's a bit of an adjustment. And now, gotta sight it in. Okay, we've got this thing about zeroed in, so we're gonna put up a fresh target, make sure we can confirm it, see if this razor holds 0 on this mount. And as far as ammunition is concerned, we're just shooting, I think this is S&B, 230 grain, standard 45 ACP stuff. Nothing crazy. That last one was me. This optic sits pretty high, so we're just getting used to it. It's also really weird going back to shooting a 1911 again, and from shooting a lot of Glocks, Berettas, my F&I power, a lot of 9mm stuff, a lot of higher capacity stuff. 7 rounds goes by pretty quick. You forget how fast 7 rounds goes by. Even with one in the tube, keep sitting here being like, oh, right, I'm out. So getting back into it with a 1911 is taking a little bit of a learning curve. Okay, so I'm going to go show the targets here in a little bit, but one thing I've concluded with this 1911, with this optic mount, is that it's good enough. Put a target up here to kind of show you the groups that I'm getting. I'll do a 5-round group and kind of show you what I'm getting with this. But it's not fantastic, and part of it's probably just me needing to get back to used to shooting 45s, shooting 1911s again. But with this optic setup, it's not pinpoint accurate. I can hit the steel plate down at the end of the range here, which is probably about 50 yards away, no problem. It's a man-sized steel plate, and I will show some of that here in a second. It's probably more user error than it is the optic itself. And it's just that the height over bore with this thing, it's pretty wild. It's hard to see, but way over there in that area is where I'm going to be trying to be hitting a steel plate amongst those black targets in the distance. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can hit it. It's about 50 yards away. I've got this thing to where I'm comfortable with it, at least for self-defense. As far as accuracy, I can hit the center mass of a man-sized target and get within the 10 ring. So we've got a target over here, and we've got a target over here. They're about 10 to 12 yards with one at 25. I put two rounds at each target. Kind of see how we do with our 1911 here. Put down and show the target later, but at 10 yards, I'm hitting dead on. At 25, I'm a little high. I think that's more of a me issue than it is a gun issue. But let's go ahead and keep going. Speed it up a little bit faster this time. A little bit faster. Okay, target on the right, 10 yards. You can see the hits are pretty decent right there. I'll accept that with the way I was shooting today. Target on the left, we got a flyer. When I spread things up, you can see again, similar type of accuracy. The groups aren't terrible. I say a lot of that's really just down to me. I'm not going to blame the red dot mount on that. And if we go down here to this guy, this is the furthest target, around 25-ish yards. We're going to be looking here. Some of these are from shooting a little bit earlier, but you can see the groups are pretty decent here. I do have a few flyers on there. A lot of that's going to come down to me and, you know, my poor skill with a 45. So all things said and done, this thing's pretty cool. For updating a 45 to make it more modern and bring it back into the modern era from something that you may already have and want to upgrade, I highly recommend this. The parts were not expensive. It was under $100 in parts, minus the optic that I already had and the flashlight that I already had. But it's something I think you should check out if you want to update your 1911 and make it a little bit more modern. So with that, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.